I can speak from a personal, standpoint. I had my home broken into twice. When things like that happen, it kind of takes your, peace of mind away. You hear about guys getting robbed at gunpoint, it scares you a little bit. You say to yourself, you don't want to be in that situation. And then when I looked at my situation, you can make a bad situation even worse.
In a position of prominence that you were in and a lot of athletes are in, the choices have to be a little bit different as well, don't they?
That's one of the things that, guys for myself, you go into a lapse of judgment, for a quick second because, you think about yourself. My decision, it was a selfish decision.
Well, go through the legal channels and fucking get yourself.
I can't get a gun. Motherfucker stole my truck from in front of my damn house. That shit still scares me. A year ago, I'm not over that.
Yeah.
That's just violating, man.
That is, huh?
Yep. I make you drive. I make me carry a fucking illegal gun and shoot myself in the leg because I'm scared.
In the fucking leg, yeah.
Because that shit scared the fuck out of you, right?
Motherfuckers know where you live.
It's hard to get a goddamn gun in this.
That shit's scary. And motherfuckers niggas don't fuck with white people. They're not gonna go in your house. They too scared.
No,
they're gonna come in my fucking house.
No, my neighborhood is ripe. Believe me, it's ripe.
I still haven't seen one thing where they just walk in those
Nassau
houses.
County,
doesn't seem
kick
right.
that fucking door in, or they'll knock and say, "Oh, there's some kind of issue," and these idiots open the, or these idiots leave one door unlocked or a window. And then before you know it, you're fucking opening your eyes, and there's some fucking guy there with a gun or a knife to your fucking throat.
That's just scary, man.
Oh, how violating does that feel?
And you carry a gun, you just are able. I mean, he might have a felony and can't get one. You know?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what his record is.
And he wanted a gun now.
But you got to be a resident of New York in order to even get a New York license.
You see all that shit you got. It's like, fuck that, man. I'm taking my gun. You see?
That's why there's so many illegal guns. I think gun control puts more illegal guns on the fucking street. There's no way you can figure out how to keep the bad guys.
And I was just reading about fucking the Constitution, right?
Yeah.
Right to bear arms. And this is what I'm saying about, going back to all the racial shit where they got me thinking the NRA is a bunch of just crazy crackers who want guns. It was the Second Amendment. It's the second most important thing.
Number 2, yes.
On the Constitution. And
talking is number 1. Opening your fucking mouth is number 1.
Number 2 is pistols.
Is fucking guns.
And the reason that you have that as number 2
is to protect number 1.
No. It's in case a traitor ever gains control of the country.
You have an armed populace.
Yeah, we know all that. That was the reason.
It's fucking like we supposed to have guns.
It's like all of a sudden something twisted. All of a sudden your democracy turns into a dictatorship. Now the dictatorship has the army because he's in charge now. So then you get the armed populace who can fight against them. That was the basic reasoning.
It's the second most important thing.
2.
Right.
Slavery was 16.
As well it should be.
What? You're saying it should be on there?
All right, listen. Let's fast forward. So, they asked him, did you let everyone down? Of course he said yes. And a return to the NFL, of course he said yes.
This is a real heart-to-heart, though.
He's like, of course. I want to fast forward. So the interview ends, and it was a feel-good interview with this Plaxico guy. And I'm like, what the fuck? And you have Boomer and James Brown and Marino and Shannon Sharp. Somebody finally spoke up at the end of the interview going, whoa, you're missing out on something here, Bill.
I bet it was Boomer.
Who I was going to say, who you think
I don't remember.
I bet it was Shannon Sharp.
No, it wasn't Shannon Sharp. Hell fucking no. I'm going to go with
cornball Boomer.
It was either Boomer or no, I think it was Boomer.
And guys, I think whether he comes back and play or not, that's a sidebar. The message out there's a lesson to be learned by what went through with Plaxico, and you don't want to have to learn it the hard way that he's experiencing now. And hopefully people will see that and they'll learn from that.
Coach, you did a great job, and I'm sure it was very hard for you. I actually have very mixed emotions about this because I've watched Plaxico since he's been in New York, and this isn't the only time that he has caused problems. And I will say this should be a PSA for all athletes out there not to have an unlicensed handgun with them in our cities.
You're right. And, Coach, and it was a sad interview because just 2 years ago, as you mentioned in the piece, he was catching the game-winning touchdown. It's sad that he had to lose his career, go to jail for a couple of years in order to learn a lesson. That is a painful way to learn a lesson.
And, Shannon, you know what? He is going to learn his lesson. And the one thing for sure is he said he wants to come back and play. And you know what? He's a guy that's 32 years old. And in the NFL, there's a lot of guys, a lot of teams that need a player like Plaxico Burress.
I think his sincerity was absolutely clear, remorseful, very sincere in that piece, Coach. There was. Without a doubt.
I've never heard more worthless commentary after an interview.
Drivel.
4 dumbbells trying to be socially relevant.
You just don't have a unlicensed gun in our cities.
You know the way I see it? Shut up. What down is it? You fucking idiot jock.
Get to the game.
You know the way I see it.
Stop trying to be poignant, you fucking moron.